Episode 2 Mangalsutra, the Golden Thread of the Gods series. The Pillar, Women in Sanatan Dharma tagline. What hangs at her neck is not jewelry. It is a yantra of life. Opening. The thread misunderstood in an age that measures meaning by price. The chain around a woman's neck is easily mistaken for ornament or obedience. But before it was a trinket sold in markets, it was a mantra woven in metal, a living conduit of sunlight and protection, forged by the devas themselves. It was never a leash. It was a link between energy and intention, between the human promise and the cosmic vow. This thread, the Mangalsutra, is the unseen architecture of the sacred household, a reminder that marriage in Sanatan Dharma was designed as a spiritual circuit, not a social contract. The word itself Mangal means auspicious, that which brings harmony and prosperity. Sutra means thread, but in Vedic usage it also means a concise teaching, a distilled truth. A Mangalsutra, then, is both a physical thread and a philosophical sutra, a doctrine of auspicious living, worn close to the heart so that it is remembered with every heartbeat. When the groom ties this thread around the bride's neck during Vivaha Samskara, he is not branding possession, he is completing a yantra. Two lives become one current of prana circulating through gold and breath, through intention and touch. The divine prototype, the Devi Bhagavata Purana, describes how, after their celestial wedding, Shiva placed a golden thread adorned with black beads around Parvati's neck. He said, "May this bind us in Dharma, not in bondage, in awareness, not in attachment." From that moment, the thread became sacred to all marriages. The gods watched, and Agni, the fire, declared, "This chain shall carry my flame into every household." Thus the Mangalsutra was born, a replica of the cord that binds heaven to earth, reminding every couple that their union is not personal property but a continuation of cosmic rhythm. The architecture of protection. Every part of the Mangalsutra is designed with precision. Gold, the metal of the sun, represents vitality, radiance, and incorruptibility. Its molecular stability makes it a perfect conductor of subtle electromagnetic energy. When worn at the heart, gold interacts with the body's natural field, amplifying warmth and confidence. Black beads, traditionally 9, 11, or 21, symbolize the night sky, the absorptive aspect of creation. Black does not radiate, it receives. In energy terms, it absorbs negativity and dissipates it harmlessly. Together, gold and black mirror the dance of Shiva and Sakti, light and void, expansion and containment. The pattern of the beads is deliberate, odd numbers to avoid stagnation, constant motion to keep prana circulating. The thread that joins them is often yellow or red, colors of Agni and life. This is not decoration, it is engineering, the physics of protection coded into aesthetics. The region of the heart. The Mangalsutra rests where two energy centers meet, the Anahata chakra of compassion and the Vishuddha chakra of truth. Love below, voice above. Every breath passes through this zone, every word vibrates through it. By placing the sacred thread here, the ancients ensured that the vows of marriage are never far from awareness. Each rise and fall of the chest becomes a remembrance. I speak with truth. I act with love. This is how psychology was built into ornament. The body became a daily reminder of commitment. The moment of tying in the wedding ritual, the groom ties 3 knots. Each has meaning. Dharma, the vow to walk in righteousness together. Artha, the vow to share material and emotional prosperity. Kama, the vow to honor desire as sacred, not sinful. A fourth unspoken knot is understood, moksha, liberation attained through partnership. When all 4 aims of life, purusarthas, are bound by the thread, marriage becomes a spiritual vehicle, not a social cage. Frequency and intention. Every material vibrates. Gold carries solar frequency, active, warming, uplifting. Black beads carry lunar frequency, absorptive, cooling, stabilizing. When joined, they create equilibrium in the wearer's biofield. Ancient seers, sensitive to subtle vibration, discovered that such balance calms anxiety, stabilizes pulse, and sharpens focus. Modern biophysics echoes this. Conductive metals near the skin influence microcurrents and neurochemical signals. What modern medicine quantifies, the rishis intuited. Thus the Mangalsutra is not blind faith. It is wearable science wrapped in devotion. A reminder of reciprocity. Marriage in Sanatan Dharma is Saha Dharma, a shared path of duty. The Mangalsutra is the emblem of that reciprocity. It is tied by one, maintained by the other, honored by both. The man's role is initiation, the woman's, preservation. He lights the lamp, she keeps it burning. This distribution is not inequality but complementarity. Each completes what the other begins. When misunderstanding crept in, when dominance replaced devotion, the symbol was corrupted. To restore meaning, the couple must remember its purpose: to serve, not to subjugate. Black beads, shield and signal. Folk traditions across India describe the black beads as protectors against Drsti dosa, the evil eye. Behind the superstition lies energy awareness. Concentrated negative emotion can disturb the nervous system. The absorptive black beads act as psychic shock absorbers, diffusing hostility before it reaches the heart. But they are also signals. The glint of black and gold at a woman's throat told the community, she is part of a sacred partnership, approach her with respect. In social psychology, visible symbols of commitment reduce exploitation and increase safety. Thus, even at the societal level, the Mangalsutra was a mechanism of protection. The feminine as sustainer. Once the thread is tied, its care becomes the woman's ritual. She cleanses it with turmeric and water, dries it in sunlight, and wears it close to the skin. Every act is meditation. In tending to the thread, she tends to the relationship. This daily awareness is what keeps marriages alive. Not the ceremony, but the maintenance of sacred memory. The thread becomes a mirror. When neglected, it darkens. When cherished, it gleams. It reflects the state of harmony within the home. The symbol beyond gender. Like the sindoor, the Mangalsutra is often misread as proof of male control. Yet in origin it signifies mutual obligation. If the woman wears a symbol of auspiciousness, the man too wears one, the sacred kautuka on his wrist, the yanopavita across his chest. Each bears a thread linking them to duty. The difference lies only in placement, his near the lungs to remind him of breath and speech, hers near the heart to remind her of compassion and continuity. Both complete a single circuit of Dharma. Equality in Sanatan Dharma does not mean sameness, it means harmony of function. The Mangalsutra is harmony made visible. Regional forms, one essence across India, the form changes but the philosophy remains. In Tamil homes, the thalai is a flat gold leaf engraved with sacred symbols. In Maharashtra, it holds two hollow gold beads representing Shiva and Sakti. In Andhra, coral and turmeric threads are used. In Bengal, gold coins replace beads. In Kashmir, turquoise. In Nepal, Rudraksha. Each community adapted material to climate and culture, but all preserved the triad of gold, black, and sanctity. Diversity is not deviation, it is Dharma expressing itself through geography. Economic and emotional dimensions. Historically, gold served also as a woman's financial safety. The Mangalsutra was portable wealth, ensuring independence in crisis. Thus protection was both energetic and economic. Emotionally, The thread functioned as a tactile memory. Touching it during prayer or difficulty calmed the mind. The repetitive contact built neural association between thread and resilience. Science calls it conditioning, tradition calls it faith. Either way, it worked. The ritual of renewal on anniversaries and festivals, the Mangalsutra, is re-sanctified. Priests chant mantras, families gather, and the husband reties or repairs the thread. This renewal is symbolic. Vows are living organisms, they need tending. In modern life, relationships fray under speed and neglect. The ritual of retying is a built-in reminder that bonds survive through maintenance, not memory alone. The ancients encoded counseling into ceremony. Widowhood and misinterpretation. The removal of the Mangalsutra after a husband's death has been misread as social punishment. Originally, it was energetic hygiene. The thread carried the frequency of a shared field. When one partner departs, the vibration changes. The thread is retired to allow the woman's system to recalibrate. Later societies forgot the science and retained only the rule. Where understanding vanished, compassion did too. Restoring meaning restores dignity. Modern relevance in the 21st century. A woman may work in laboratories, command corporations, lead armies. Does the Mangalsutra still matter? Its physical necessity may be optional, but its principle is timeless: conscious partnership, balance of energies, sacred responsibility. To wear it today is to choose remembrance amid distraction. To understand it, even without wearing it, is to reclaim awareness of commitment in an age of convenience. The thread's material may evolve, gold, steel, or symbolic digital token, yet its essence endures: continuity grounded in care. A man's perspective for the husband, seeing the Mangalsutra each day, should kindle humility. It reminds him that a woman carries his vow close to her heart. That awareness disciplines his conduct more effectively than any law. When he forgets, the symbol loses power. When he honors it, the house glows with invisible order. The thread protects both because it educates both. The cosmic parallel in metaphysics: the universe itself is described as threaded by sutras, lines of nada, sound, and prana. Planets move along gravitational threads, galaxies along cosmic filaments. The same pattern repeats in miniature around the human neck. A Mangalsutra is a microcosmic model of cosmic structure, a necklace of order encircling chaos. When the wearer breathes calmly, the beads vibrate minutely, producing ultrasonic resonance detectable in modern measurements. The ancients used sound, light, and geometry to align human life with the universal grid. The Mangalsutra is alignment rendered beautiful. Reclaiming the narrative. To reclaim this symbol, society must learn to separate misuse from meaning. When education replaces dogma, the Mangalsutra ceases to be a gendered marker and becomes a shared reminder of vows. Teach daughters the science, not superstition. Teach sons the respect, not privilege. Let both understand that the golden thread represents continuity, the promise that relationships are not consumer contracts but spiritual commitments. Only then will the chain around the neck shine again as a crown of responsibility, not a shackle of expectation. A new interpretation for a new age. Imagine a ceremony where partners tie threads to each other, mutual, conscious, informed. That would still be Mangalsutra in spirit. The goal was never uniformity, it was awareness. In an era of fleeting attention, any ritual that anchors memory to purpose is valuable. This thread can evolve into digital design or remain traditional metal. What matters is that couples remember. Energy flows where intention lives. Conclusion. The unbroken thread. The Mangalsutra is older than reform, stronger than misinterpretation. It has survived invasions, industrialization, and indifference because it carries an archetype older than civilization, the archetype of union protected by awareness. When a woman wears it with understanding, she becomes the keeper of that archetype. When a man honors it, he becomes its guardian. Together they sustain the invisible architecture of harmony. The world may change its clothes, its technology, its language, but the need for connection guided by consciousness will never vanish. That need is what the Mangalsutra represents. It is the golden thread of the gods, a reminder that sacred bonds, once made in truth, outlast the body, the era, and the dust of time. As long as one woman ties it with knowledge, as long as one man respects its meaning, the light of auspiciousness will not fade from this world. The thread remains unbroken.